Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm up at Loch Achray in the Trossachs today because we had some fog predicted. It's just after sunrise and we do indeed have some mist rolling in, as you can see along the top of the hills there. So I thought I'd come up with a telephoto lens and just take some kind of abstract minimalist photographs of trees and tree-lined ridges in the mist. Right. My first problem is nothing to do with photography. It's the midges are really biting today, so this could well turn out to be a very brief video. Let's get to it. So yeah, it's this sort of thing here that I'm trying to capture. You know, you've got this ridge of trees and they're kind of coming and going through as the mist glides over. Similarly over there and here. Now what I've done is I've got my 70 to 300mm lens on, so I'm zooming right in at 300mm and trying to make the most of those little trees, you know, looking for little square compositions, possibly the occasional 16:9, and just picking out details. So I'm looking to try and emphasise the mist and see if we can just pick out these little scenes. Like here you've got the top of Ben Ann just beginning to come out of the mist, and that makes for quite a nice backdrop with this line of trees here. In terms of settings, I've got the camera on a tripod. I'm shooting at ISO 100 f8 and I'm adjusting the shutter speed to vary the exposure. At the moment I'm shooting at 1/4 of a second, but that's probably going to change because I expect that we're going to have some direct sunlight soon, at least I hope so, and that's going to allow me to use slightly faster shutter speeds. But the mist is literally just coming and going. Look over this side as well at Benvenue. It's just appearing and it's here for a couple of minutes and then boom, it's gone again. So I'm having to work very fast. Now, excuse me, I'm getting eaten alive by midges. I usually find when I'm doing this kind of photography, the best thing to do is actually just to slightly overexpose, because that allows you to, so long as you know you're not blowing the highlights, that allows you to pull some details back from the background, the misty background. Whereas if you underexpose, you tend to lose quite a lot of stuff in the shadows. I am being eaten alive here. This is horrible. Why did I do this? Anyway, it's an ever-changing scene. That's the great thing about shooting mist and fog, is, you know, there's fog here on this ridge here and on Benvenue that wasn't here a couple of minutes ago. And as you can probably see, we're starting to pick up just a little hint of colour in the clouds above Benvenue, and we even have some blue sky. So I'm hopeful. I'm hoping that we might get a bit of direct sunlight, because that will really raise the mist, and we should get some thicker mist. But this is absolutely beautiful. I'm loving these just little wisps of mist gently floating along. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And as you can see here, I've got this beautiful column of mist just working its way up the hillside now, and along the top there, just here. It's just, as I say, there's so many things to shoot. The temptation is just to fire off shot after shot after shot. And it is an ever-changing scene. Wow, look at those clouds. So yeah, it's a, excuse me, midges. It's an ever-changing scene, so you can literally turn your back and look round again and it looks completely different from how it did a couple of seconds ago. So that's all I'm doing today, is looking to see if I can maybe create 4 or 5 keepers for the portfolio. And look, we have the very first light just touching the ridge there on Ben Venue. That's beautiful. Yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm just waiting, because it looks as though the sun's about to burst through that cloud. And in fact, yeah, look on the opposite side. Oh wow. If that works its way up Ben Venue, then there's some images there. But right now I'm hoping that we get some fog hitting the top of Ben Ann, because that, I think, that could be the shot of the day. And it's working its way along that hill there. And it's going to climb up onto Ben Venue and hopefully pick out some of the details in this misty forest here. But for now, I don't really want to take my eyes away from Ben Venue, oh sorry, Ben Ann, because that has got some potential there. Yeah, I think the light's starting to work its way around now, because we're starting to get just a little hint of light on top of these trees along the ridge there. And it's fading again, but up there on Ben Venue, Still nothing as yet on Benan, but still optimistic. Beautiful, beautiful light now, just dappled across the hillside, and with the mist running up through the glen there. That is absolutely beautiful. Shot of that coming up, I think. Yeah, what I've done now is I've just noticed these clouds just above the ridge are starting to pick up some light, and that's adding another layer to the image. So we've got the foreground's pretty much in darkness because I'm having it exposed for those bright clouds, but it looks quite dramatic on the back of the camera, so I'm hopeful. In terms of composition, what I'm looking for is contrast. So I'm looking for that layered thing, you know, where you get light, dark, or colour contrasts, but there's not really an awful lot of that going on today. Or just the contrast between the sharp trees and the misty mountains beyond. Like this scene here that I'm shooting, right here, that you've got some misty trees, you've got some sharp trees, you've got some well lit trees, you've got some dark trees, you've got the mist rolling up the hillside there. That's there's a lot of things going on in that, and that makes for an interesting composition, I think, anyway. And the great thing about doing this at sunrise is obviously you've got more chance of getting the fog, but I've been here for about an hour and a half now. I haven't seen a single person. Had the entire place to myself. And it's a Saturday morning, you know. I've heard a couple of cars pulling in for people I think probably going to attempt Benan, but I've seen absolutely nobody here. Beautiful. And just like that, the light's gone again. We don't even have any light on the mountain in the background now. It's incredible how fast the conditions change. We've still got little patches of light just kissing the ridge there, but that is about it. And it looks like that's quite a thick bank of cloud that the sun's dropped behind. This is incredible. Hopefully I got some images. It was all very quick, it was all very snapping away. I even had the camera handheld at one point because it was taking too long to set the tripod up and move and find a new composition. So I was running around with the camera handheld at one point. But this is beautiful. Like that. So that's it for another video. Hope you enjoyed. Give us a little thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I'll leave a link below if you want to sign up for the newsletter. It's one newsletter a month. It comes out on the 28th of the month. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.